Hello everyone, this is Esther Camacho with the McAllen Public Library, and welcome to another Visions in Time. Let us go back in time, but not too far back, and learn about killer bees. We all know the history of the killer bees, or the Africanized honeybees, reaching South Texas. So let's learn a little bit about its background and about the honeybee itself. So the migration started in 1956, 1957 when they were accidentally released. And they traveled northward. They went through South America, Central America, Mexico, and the U.S. And it started again in 1957, and it ended up the first recording case of the swarm being in Texas was in Hidalgo, Texas on October the 15th, 1990. Now, if you look at this news article, it talks about the migration, a little bit of history, and it gives you a little bit about the anatomy of the bee. And if you go to the bottom, it'll give you a little bit of difference between the honeybee and the Africanized bee. So if you look at the first one, the distance, this is measured to the point for the last sting delivered. The honeybee only can go 27.5 yards. The Africanized bee can reach up to 187 yards. Reaction time. Honeybee takes about 19 seconds to respond. Africanized bees, 3 seconds. So they react very, very quickly. The cool-off time. The honeybee, 2 to 3 minutes to cool off. However, the Africanized bees can take from half to an hour, even more, to settle down. Now, these guys get angry. They stay angry. Now, there has been a couple of news articles regarding the killer bees, and this one is dated the October 18th, 1990, and it documents the first swarm that was trapped in Texas, and that did happen on October 15th, 1990, just right outside of Hidalgo, right on the border, and it was just east of Hidalgo, Texas. And if you look at the article, that is a bee trap that was set up in Harlingen, but these are the types of traps that they were using in different countries, including Mexico, to trap these bees, and actually it helped them follow its migration path. In this June 1991 article, it discusses the Brownsville man who was stung by killer bees. His name was Jesus Zenobio Sonny Diaz. He was 35. He was stung 18 times on May 20th. And he was riding his lawnmower when he disturbed a hive. And you'll see that as a common thread among these Africanized bees, the loud sound of a lawnmower or any type of equipment. He was able to drive himself to the hospital to get treated and then sent home. But this is one of the first confirmed stings that was documented. In July of 1991, there was a swarm that stung a dog in Los Fresnos. And this was a 1-year-old child German Shepherd named Kuma. And unfortunately, it did kill the dog. The owners were outside working in the yard. She was working in the garden, and he was actually riding a mower, making a lot of noise. And the dog just happened to be going by where the swarm were hiding. And they had a nest there, and they came out and attacked the dog. And the dog ended up with hundreds and hundreds of stings, and they could not save the dog. Now, some facts about these Africanized honeybees, these killer bees. As we all know, they respond very quickly, and they sting in larger numbers. It's not just a few bees going after you. It is a group of them. They can sense a threat from animals or people from more than 50 feet away. They can sense vibrations, again, from power equipment from more than 100 feet away. So they're very sensitive to that. They pursue an enemy up to a quarter of a mile or more away. So once they're angry and they're focused on you, they do not give up very quickly. You can run, but you'll need to keep running and keep running to get away from these bees. They nest in small cavities and shelters areas. They can just find any place that they can shelter in for themselves. And you just have to be very careful with your surroundings when it comes to these killer bees. Now, when the killer bees ended up being just east of Hidalgo, of course, a lot of people saw it as a very negative experience. But in 1992, the mayor, John Franz, at that time, he did not want it to be a negative experience for the community that we were the first ones that had killer bees. So he turned it around and authorized the building of a sculpture and used it as a tourist attraction for the city of Hidalgo. And it is called the world's largest killer bee sculpture. It costs about $20,000 and it weighs approximately 1 ton. Now, some recommended readings here at the McAllen Public Library if you want to learn more about bees in general. The Honeybee, Understanding the Ultimate Engineer by David Cram. It's located in our nonfiction section, 5.799 CRA. Keeping Bees with a Smile by Fedor Lazutin. Location 638.1 LAZ. The Secrets of Bees, An Insider's Guide to the Life of Honeybees by Michael Weller. You'll find that in our nonfiction section at 638.1 WEL. Again, if you want to check out these books at the McAllen Public Library, you can do it online, or you're welcome to come in and talk to us at the information desk and we can help you pull those books. So thank you for watching Visions in Time, and I look forward to you on another episode. This is Esther Camacho with the McAllen Public Library. See you next time. Bye.